Hi, we're Chris and Sharon, and we've been travelling from Auckland to Singapore. In this video, we start in Auckland, we join a Viator trip to the Glowworms Cave, and then join the Silver Nova cruise ship travelling around the North Island of New Zealand to Tasmania and Melbourne. After a night in Melbourne, we then fly to Uluru for a couple of days. So, let's jump into it.
We're in Auckland!
So, before we flew to Auckland, we had booked a full day trip with Viator. We were picked up from our hotel at 6 o'clock in the morning, which actually was a good idea to help fight the jet lag. After a coffee stop, we arrived at the Glowworms in Waitomo. Unfortunately, we couldn't take photos or video in the cave itself, but I hope these pictures will help to set the scene. So we were led into a cave with stalagmites and stalactites, and we were told how glowworms have lights in their bottoms which attract small insects. However, what they don't see in the dark are the strands of saliva that hang down from the glowworms themselves. It did feel like I was on an alien film set. Very eerie, but very interesting. We then boarded a boat which was pulled across a subterranean lake, and we sat in awe of these blue lights overhead.
Chris, where are we?
We are in Hobbiton. Very exciting.
walking down the street. We were heading to the museum in Gisborne, and we just started chatting to a chap who was washing his drive, and he said, "Do you want to come? I'll take you round." So we've just had a good hour, probably just over an hour, seeing the sights of Gisborne with a really kind local. We grew up to the lookout at the top, and we've just had a super hour. Yeah, it's been great, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. So well done to Barry.
Yeah.
From
Gisborne.
Gisborne. Absolutely, thank you. It's been lovely.
Hello. Okay, we're in Napier in New Zealand, which is a really interesting place. They had an earthquake in the 1930s that basically flattened everything, and in 3 years they rebuilt, and everything is in the Art Deco style. So it's like walking through a movie set. All the old buildings look absolutely fantastic.
Where are we, Sharon?
We're in New Plymouth, New Zealand.
And what we're going to do today?
We're going to go for a walk. So we've decided not to do a trip with the cruise today, and we're going to walk up to some whalebone bridge and Lake Rotundarara or something along those lines, and then walk back. So the lady in the information said it was about an hour there and an hour back. So we walk there and we walk back along the seaside.
And what's that thing behind you?
It's wind wand.
A wind wand.
A wind wand. I'm assuming it just moves around with the wind. Okay, so we've had a lovely walk, about 4.5 kilometres. It's taken us an hour and just over an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We think there's a lake around here, so we're going to have a look at that, and then we'll head back. There's been a real treat. It's been absolutely lovely coastal walkway with little cafes and things dotted along the side, so it's been lovely.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You've found some friends. Oh.
There, well, yeah, you've got two little friends here. Come on.
Oh.
Up under the chin or the chest. They like that one. There we go. Double whammy. That's a good effort. You're more than welcome to give them a pat as well.
Yeah.
They really like a scratch on the chest.
They like a scratch.
Up under the chin. You can tell if they're really enjoying it because they'll start to fling their head backwards.
Yeah.
That's the way. Stuff.
You sort of go like this. I want some. I want some.
Yeah. Amazing.
If you've got a high voice, say, Polly, want a cracker?
Do you think he saw us?
So what do you think of the crocodile pie?
Tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Touching Uluru.
And you've been told you could do this.
I was told I can do this, and this is the women's cave. There you go.